Keanu responded with maybe one of his best games.
Yeah.
Against the Vikings. What kind of improvement?
Well, I thought he would have had more sacks, but
Did he?
TJ's the sack merchant out here stealing. But no, I thought he played really good. Was very active. Used a lot of different pass rushes, and week in and week out, different guys are going to be challenged. We got a lot of one-on-one blocks, and I thought he took advantage.
Why do you think it clicked for him?
That's more of a question for him. I think, I think he just attacked and, got better, and took advantage of his opportunities. Sometimes it's just about, slamming the door shut and, finishing those plays, and he was able to do that.
Cam, overall, do you feel like the defense is starting to click?
Getting better. Not a finished product by any means, but hopefully we're trending the right way.
I remember one play particularly was Vikings shifted protection over to TJ's side. You guys really loaded over there, and they put 3 guys on just across the board the rest of the way. How much pride do you guys take in being like, okay, the offense is going to do that. If they're going to do that, how much pride do you guys take in like, okay, we just got to run that on one side?
Well, I think that's something we ask for. We don't ask for things to be drawn up to get anybody else free. I think it's just about getting your one-on-ones, and when you get them, making the most out of it. There's different ways they try to block TJ, whether it's with a tight end, chipping, or with a back chipping. Those are becoming more custom. And then part of that is we get a slide our way. So sometimes you'll get a 3 technique to the left side who might get the one-on-one. So he's got to be able to take advantage of that. And, Keanu, I thought, did a really good job of doing that.
Yeah, maybe look ahead to this matchup against the Browns. Mike Tomlin always talks about how this is one of the best guard tandems in the NFL.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you guys up front?
Just means we get to play big boy football. I got a lot of respect for Teller and Batonio. Got to play them a lot over the years. Also Postage being part of that equation as well. But they do a really good job. You can sit up here and just talk about how good Quinshon Judkins is, rightfully so, but I think it starts with those guys, them leaning on a defensive line, them always falling forward, leads to them having big days.
This is a much higher caliber than Minnesota, right? Run game and the interior.
I think this is one of the best in the league. Year in and year out, you talk about their rushing tandem and, their rushing game, and it starts with their O-line really being established. Last week they had some guys banged up early on in the first quarter, but, for us, we just have to, get off of blocks, use our hands, and, embrace the challenge.
Dylan Gabriel starting for them. Maybe this is a dumb or obvious question, but is it as simple as it's easier to bat down passes from a short quarterback, or are some guys adept at changing their arm angle, pump faking, moving, and finding a window?
I think it's a little mixture of both. It's, obviously getting pressure up the middle, getting your hands ready, but understanding where the ball is going to be delivered. We got to take stuff away quick, whether it's with our hands or with our DBs, but it's a full-time job. It doesn't just happen you get sacks. To get sacks, you gotta win those quicker downs early.
Cam, why have you guys consistently been so good against young quarterbacks, especially rookies?
I don't know. I think you can throw a lot at a rookie, but as they're still learning, we gotta take advantage. And Dylan Gabriel doesn't make it easy. He's not your typical rookie. He's had a lot of success in college. Is a lot more seasoned than a lot of these other rookie quarterbacks. But looking forward to just answering the challenge.
Cam, I assume you saw a lot of Judkins play at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. And I was usually rooting for that.
Yeah. And Tomlin said he was Nick Chubb-like. Do you see some of those qualities in Judkins?
Always falling forward, good contact balance. Even when they got a couple holdings, he was finishing plays. And that's really what sticks out in the Nick Chubb comparisons. I thought he hits the hold hard, and it's usually one or two guys having to bring them down than just one guy. So we got to make sure a lot of guys get to the ball, and the scrum is definitely falling backwards.
This team has made really good use of the bye week, especially in recent seasons. I think about like 22 where you guys were 2-6 and finished 9-8. But How have you guys used the bye week this time with it being so early to try to set yourself up for 13 days?
Rest and recovery, but still stressing how we can get better. I think sometimes you can just shut it off and think, oh yeah, I'll be good. But I think it's about attacking it, up top and making sure you're taking care of things you can keep working on.
What's your appreciation for Myles Garrett and what he's done?
He's a really good player. A lot of respect there. He plays the game the right way, dominates up front. There's not a technique he doesn't play where he feels uncomfortable, and it takes a multitude of guys to block him. So, around the league, him, Max Crosby, T.J. Watt, obviously, these guys are game wreckers, and got a lot of respect for them.
You guys ran a fair number of games and stunts up front in the last game. Just what are some of the benefits of those schematics, and what does it take for it to be successful?
I love those schematics when we're able to, move guys around, run different stunts, because you're not a sitting target. It gives something for our O-line to think about. It does help a lot with those chip games, and we got to keep expanding the book. Offenses are getting more creative in how they want to block our outsides, but we have different ways to combat that, and we just got to keep opening it out.
Would Derek been able to tell you anything about those?
No, Derek doesn't talk enough.
What challenge does this 12 personnel package that they have with Fannin and Njoku kind of present to you guys?
Well, I think Njoku, in general, he's a favorite target for any of the Cleveland quarterbacks. So we got to make sure we have eyes on him at all times, whether it's quick pass or deep. He's looking for Njoku. But then I think with Fannin, he provides a lot of just different looks, whether it's tight end, H-back, moving around can be a factor, especially in the flat as well. So, I think it just comes down to us having our eyes in the right places and being, good with our execution.
There been much talk of the petty game ball at stake this week for Juan. He's been pretty open since he got here about.
Man, everybody we play, we got to give a petty game ball to. So, we'll talk about that after.
Also was a guest on Not Just Football this week.
Yes, he was. So check out the pod, Not Just Football. The episode is live. We'll be releasing some social clips here, so stay tuned.
You think that's just from familiarity or taste?
Probably that, because you see each other 2 times a year, and it's like an every year thing. Guys are there for the most part 3 to 4 years, so you get to know those guys pretty well. Going at it 2 times a year, guys are gonna start build hatred towards each other. But other than that, I don't think there's really team hate. Just us against Cleveland. It's just a faceless disappointment to us.
Anybody over here that you had a little periodic hatred for before you got here?
No, not at all. I didn't have any hatred at all. If I'm being completely honest, I'm just trying to think about it. Who could have possibly been here? But I can say, for example, Greg Newsome and GP last year, they had a little thing. I know y'all saw them going at it at the end of the game, something like that. I don't really think they hated each other. It was just that on-field battle that you just kind of pick out, that you kind of just go at each other when y'all play each other.
What are your thoughts on the Browns now?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I know a lot of people probably want me to talk trash about them. I'm not really going to talk trash about them. I don't really care who we play. I said this many times. It's a dangerous opponent. I just don't care who they line up in front of me. I'm just ready to play.
So you've turned the page, obviously, on that.
Yeah, I'm moved on from that. I know a lot of people want me to fall into the trap, talking a lot of trash, but I'm not really doing that. I'm just trying to let my play on the field, do all the talking. I'm not really trying to do the talking in the media and things like that. I'm over Cleveland, I'm moving on, moving forward, not really looking back on the past.
Juan, the Browns like to run into stack boxes a lot. What do you guys have to prepare for that in the minute, despite what you guys are live?
I mean, literally, that's just saying they're gonna come in and try to bully us. If you know that we're stacking the box, trying to stop the run, and you still running, that means they feel like they got better guys up front than we do. That's just a test to us. Got to put our big boy pants on and stop that run. It's that simple.
Juan, you've been in the game. You've got a lot of tape. How do you study a guy that just had one game in the NFL, game or intended that you can make?
I mean, you can learn a lot off one game, if I'm being completely honest. You can see how they're trying to use him, things like that. And you can also go back to the preseason, he's a young quarterback, but he's had a lot of snaps, you know, like in his past. But you can go back to the preseason and get a lot of things off of that. Like, I'm not gonna really say what we got on him, but you can definitely get a lot off of one game, one regular season.
I know you've only been here for a little bit, but what does this defense do against rookie quarterbacks that have so much success over the years?
I mean, up front, let's just talk about the front. They're going to get after the quarterback. And you got a rookie back there. I mean, you get hit a couple times. Those rookie quarterbacks sometimes get a little shaky. So that's what I'm looking most forward to. You know, just letting that front get after the rookie quarterback.
Juan, you played in this rivalry, and obviously it's a Cleveland player in the stadium. What's that energy going to be like for you to walk out there in black and gold?
It's going to be nice. Like, I told this story once before. Like, we played here last year, and for some reason, I never paid attention to the Renegade. Like, I don't know why, I just didn't. And I was sitting on the bench, and then they start swinging the towels and everything, and they're playing the Renegade, and I'm just looking around like, I kind of like this. Like, I was getting cold chills, like, really watching it. So I'm excited that they're doing it for us and not against us this time. So I'm excited about that.
Well, whether it's playing a former team or a rival or whatever, do you look for like things to motivate you? Are you the kind of guy that's like looking for a reason to be fired up going into a game?
No, I don't need any motivation. You know, I can motivate myself. Like I said, I don't care who we play. You know, if you get to talking a little bit, I like to talk. Like I'm not the one that's gonna start it, but if they want to start talking, I'm down for that. I'm down for all that smoke. But it's gonna be fun. I can't wait for it.
How much will it help potentially getting Alex back this week?
Oh, that's big time, big time. Alex is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. So being able to have that guy back, you know, back healthy and be out there running around, hitting the quarterback, setting the edge, doing what he does. And I'm excited to watch him play.
Nick, you mentioned moving parts. If you guys are out there all together, all three of you, what kind of commotion could you cause?
I mean, you just have to wait and see on Sunday, I guess.
But having that rotation, that kind of keeps you fresh more often, right?
For sure. And just being able to like have, you know, especially Jack too. Jack's coming along nice. So just having a deep group like that, be able to keep the whole group fresh and in turn makes our team better, defense better.
Sorry, Terrell credited you for your being better at setting the edge. What led to that improvement setting the edge, you think?
I mean, I think I just lean on older guys. Guys have done it for a long time. Guys like TJ, guys like Alex, Cam. You know, ask them tips, tools, what they do, and just going to work.
This defense has had so much success against rookie quarterbacks over the years. You know, I know you haven't been here for that long, but what is it? I mean, is it just you know, how aggressive you guys are getting after quarterbacks? Is that how you rattle a rookie almost?
I think it's tough for a rookie quarterback regardless. It's tough to be a rookie in the NFL regardless of what position you are. We've all been rookies before, so everybody knows how hard that is. And being the play caller, being the guy running the team, calling the plays, that's a tough task to do. So, you know, we're excited to get out there on Sunday.